Video of the fatal beating of Tyre Nichols, the 29-year-old man who died 3 days after a traffic stop by police, is set to be released by Memphis officials Friday evening. Nichols was hospitalized in critical condition and died 3 days after Memphis police officers stopped him January 7. Details about what occurred between Nichols and the officers have been sparse. Police initially said that Nichols fled on foot during the reckless driving stop and that a confrontation occurred in an effort to detain him. However, Memphis Police Chief C.J. Davis said on CNN early Friday that an investigation and review of available camera footage could not substantiate the reckless driving claim. "It doesn't mean that something didn't happen. But there's no proof. The cameras didn't pick up," she said. "As far as I know today, I do believe that the stop itself was very questionable," she said on ABC's Good Morning America, Friday. Nichols' family was offered a private viewing of the video Monday. His mother, Rovon Wells, made it only through the first minute, family attorneys Ben Crump and Antonio Romanucci said. The family has scheduled a news conference with its attorneys Friday to address recent developments in the case. "Our family is grief-stricken right now and this is very hard to swallow," Wells said at a candlelight vigil in Memphis Toby Park on Thursday night. Meanwhile, the Memphis community is bracing for potential protests in response to the video release, with Memphis Shelby County schools canceling after-school activities Friday and Southwest Tennessee Community College moving to virtual classes Friday. Wells warned of the contents of the video, called it horrific, and asked people to protest in peace after its release. "I don't want us burning up our cities, tearing up the streets, because that's not what my son stood for," she said. Romanucci described the video Monday as an unadulterated, unabashed, nonstop beating for 3 minutes. Crump has said it reminded him of the Rodney King video, referring to the 1991 bystander video of Los Angeles police officers beating a black man. Nichols' mother spoke on her heartbreak in an interview aired Friday morning on CNN, saying by the time she got to the hospital and saw Nichols following the arrest, he was already gone. "They had beat him to a pulp. He had bruises all over him, his head was swollen like a watermelon, his neck was busting because of the swelling, they broke his neck, my son's nose looked like an S," she said. Crump said Nichols' last words in the video footage were 3 gut-wrenching screams for his mom. President Joe Biden said in a statement Thursday that Nichols' family deserves a swift, full, and transparent investigation. Tyre's death is a painful reminder that we must do more to ensure that our criminal justice system lives up to the promise of fair and impartial justice, equal treatment, and dignity for all, Biden said. He also urged that any protests in the coming days remain peaceful, acknowledging that outrage is understandable. 5 officers involved in the case, Tadarius Bean, Demetrius Haley, Emmett Martin III, Desmond Mills Jr. and Justin Smith, were fired last week after an administrative investigation found they violated department policy on use of force. All 5 officers were charged Thursday. Shelby County District Attorney Steve Mulroy told reporters their actions resulted in Nichols' death. Mulroy said that after an initial altercation, when pepper spray was deployed, Nichols ran from the officers. There was another altercation at a nearby location, where serious injuries were experienced by Mr. Nichols, Mulroy continued. After some period of time of waiting around afterward, he was taken away by an ambulance. All 5 former officers were charged with second-degree murder, 2 counts of official misconduct, 2 counts of aggravated kidnapping, 1 count of official oppression and 1 count of aggravated assault, prosecutors announced Thursday. 2 of the officers, Mills and Smith, posted $250,000 bond and were released late Thursday. Haley, Martin and Bean had remained in custody Thursday night, jail records showed. But as of early Friday morning, jail records showed that only Haley remained behind bars. Multiple attempts to reach the officers for comment since they were fired were unsuccessful. Attorneys for Mills and Martin said their clients planned to plead not guilty. It was unclear whether the others have retained legal representation. Davis described the incident as heinous, reckless and inhumane, in a video statement Wednesday night. "I expect you to feel what the Nichols family feels," she said. "I expect you to feel outrage in the disregard of basic human rights, as our police officers have taken an oath to do the opposite of what transpired on the video." Preliminary findings in an autopsy conducted by a forensic pathologist for Nichols' family show he was severely beaten before he died, the family's attorneys have said. The Shelby County Medical Examiner's Office hasn't released an official cause of death. Nichols' case is being investigated by the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation and the U.S. Justice Department, which launched a civil rights inquiry into the traffic stop.